Hey everyone, ready to learn something amazing?
I think amazing is an understatement.
Okay, fair enough. So today we're going deep on Conan the Bacterium.
Catchy name, right?
You know it, but there's a good reason for the nickname.
Oh, yeah.
This bacterium can handle radiation like it's nothing.
Like something out of a comic book.
We'll be exploring a recent CNN article all about it.
They covered a study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Pretty big deal.
It really is. Basically, this bacterium can withstand crazy levels of radiation, thousands of times more than what would kill us.
It's nuts.
So I guess our mission for this deep dive is to figure out what makes this bacterium so tough. What do you say?
I'm in.
Awesome. Let's do it. Okay, so the article says, this bacterium, scientifically known as Deinococcus radiodurans.
A mouthful, I know.
It is. It could take up to 28,000 times the radiation dose that would kill a human.
Yeah, it's officially the world's toughest bacterium.
That's insane. So what's the secret behind this superpower? How does it do it?
It all boils down to a powerful antioxidant system inside the bacterium.
An antioxidant system, huh? That's interesting.
And get this, scientists have figured out exactly how it works, which is a huge deal.
Really? So what's so special about this antioxidant system? What makes it tick?
Well, you might think it's some super complicated molecule, but it's actually pretty simple.
Oh, that's surprising. Tell me more.
It's made up of manganese, phosphate, and just a small peptide of amino acids.
Okay, I'm following so far. So these ingredients, what makes them so effective against radiation?
The researchers found that when these three things are combined, they work way better than any of them alone.
So it's like a secret sauce that gives Conan its radiation resistance.
That's a perfect way to put it, and understanding this secret sauce is huge.
Huge in what sense?
Think about it, the possibilities are endless. Protecting astronauts from radiation in deep space, new treatments for radiation sickness, maybe even making radiation therapy for cancer safer?
Wow, I see what you mean. The article also talks about how important this could be for space travel, especially with all the talk about missions to Mars.
Right. Astronauts are constantly bombarded with cosmic radiation out there, which is obviously a big risk to their health.
Definitely. So you're saying a radioprotective agent using this triple complex could be a game changer for long missions to Mars.
Exactly. And the study even mentions that Conan the Bacterium survived outside the International Space Station for 3 whole years.
3 years. Longer than some college degrees. This little guy is seriously resilient.
It is. There's even some speculation that if Deinococcus radiodurans was ever on Mars, it might have survived there for millions of years frozen.
Okay, now that's just mind-blowing. It really makes you wonder about life on other planets, right?
No kidding. And here's another cool thing. The amount of this triple complex in the bacterium is directly related to how well it resists radiation. The researchers actually measured this. It's pretty fascinating.
That's super cool. So how does it actually work? What's happening at a molecular level to neutralize the radiation?
Okay, so this is where things get a bit technical.
Hit me with it.
Basically, radiation messes up cells by creating these harmful things called free radicals.
I've heard of those.
This triple complex is like a super efficient cleanup crew, neutralizing those free radicals before they can cause any damage.
So they're like tiny bodyguards protecting the cell.
You got it. It's amazing how it all works.
Yeah, break down for me.
So the manganese in the complex, it grabs and neutralizes those free radicals created by radiation.
So they're like little shields for the cell.
Exactly. And the phosphate and peptide parts, they help the complex work even better, making it super effective at getting rid of those harmful free radicals.
This is fascinating stuff. The article also mentions that scientists have actually made a synthetic version of this complex.
Yep, they call it MDP.
MDP, what does that stand for?
Manganese diphosphate peptide. Catchy, right?
It definitely rolls off the tongue. But seriously, it's already being used in vaccines? That's pretty cool.
It is. MDP acts as a protector, preventing damage to important vaccine components during the process of inactivating pathogens with radiation.
So this discovery isn't just some theoretical thing, it's already making a real difference. How does this all connect to protecting astronauts and, well, people here on Earth?
It all comes down to the same principle, really. MDP works like the triple complex, acting as a shield against radiation damage.
So it could protect astronauts from cosmic radiation, but also help people here on Earth who are exposed to radiation.
Absolutely. Researchers are looking into using it to protect healthy cells during radiation therapy for cancer patients, which would be huge for reducing side effects.
That would be incredible. Any other potential uses for MDP on the horizon?
Oh, tons. Think about nuclear accidents, for example.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
In those situations, giving people MDP could help lessen the harmful effects of radiation exposure.
Wow. It's amazing how something inspired by this little bacterium could have such a big impact on our health and safety.
I know, right? The article even quotes one of the researchers saying, MDP, being a simple, cost-effective, non-toxic, and highly effective radioprotector, could be administered orally to mitigate these space radiation risks.
That pretty much sums it up. And we can't forget that we're exposed to radiation every day, whether it's from the sun, medical imaging, or even some industrial processes.
You're right. It's easy to forget that.
We usually think of radiation as this big, scary thing, but it's a part of our daily lives.
It is. And while we have safety measures in place, having an extra layer of protection, especially one that's as simple and safe as MDP, would be a huge plus.
It's incredible to think that this tiny Conan the Bacterium has given us so much more than just a cool nickname. It's opened up all these possibilities for protecting ourselves from radiation.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This discovery makes you wonder if this simple triple complex can protect a bacterium from extreme radiation. What else could it do?
Now that's a question to ponder. It seems like we've only just scratched the surface of what Conan the Bacterium and its amazing survival skills can teach us.
I agree. And you know what's even more exciting? Researchers are now looking into whether this triple complex exists in other organisms.
Wow, really?
If it turns out to be more common than we think, the possibilities for medical and scientific breakthroughs could be huge.
It really makes you think, such a tiny organism holding so much potential.
It really shows how important it is to study, the natural world. Even the tiniest things can have huge implications.
Yeah, who would have thought a bacterium's ability to handle radiation could be so important for space exploration and human health? It really changes how you think about what a superpower can be.
For sure. It's a testament to how life adapts. Organisms have developed incredible ways to survive, even in the toughest spots.
Exactly. And studying those adaptations, like we're doing now with Conan, can teach us so much.
Absolutely. Like in this case, learning about this triple complex antioxidant system.
Could help us develop new ways to protect against radiation, which
Yeah.
would be a game changer.
Think about it. All the potential applications, from protecting astronauts to helping people here on Earth dealing with radiation exposure. It's amazing.
And all thanks to this tiny bacterium. It's almost like science fiction, but it's real.
That's what I love about science. You never know what you're going to find, and every discovery opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
So true. This simple antioxidant combo that protects this bacterium from crazy radiation, could it be the key to protecting humans in the future? What do you think?
Well, it's definitely a question worth asking. There's still a lot more research to be done.
Of course.
But this study gives us a lot of hope. This triple complex is pretty simple, and we can make it in the lab, which is huge from a medical perspective.
Makes sense.
It means that developing new ways to protect ourselves from radiation might be closer than we think.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So Conan the Bacterium has given us a lot to think about today, huh?
Definitely. Not just about extremophiles, but about how this discovery could change how we approach radiation protection.
Absolutely. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive for today. But remember, this is just the beginning. Go check out the CNN article we talked about. Dive into the research yourself.
Yeah, you never know. You might just make the next big discovery inspired by Conan the Bacterium.